buntag kaninyong tanan. Welcome sa atong programang Gikan sa Masa para sa Masa karong adlang Domingo, Hunyo 14, tuig 2015. Kita madunggan sa muka sa DFA 1296 ug makita usab sa channel 61 ug 62 sa Sky Cable. Ako si Attorney Geraldine Chu ug ato lamang lapong makauban sa atong mga hisgutanan karong adlaw walay lain kundi ang atong Mayor Rodrigo Duterte. Maayong buntag, Mayor.
May buntag kami mga Geraldine, may buntag kami yung tanan.
Okay. Mayor, diretso na ta sa atong mga issue karong adlaw. Ikaw may tabang sa pag-facilitate sa pagbuhi sa usa ka POW diha sa Tibuli, South Cotabato ug mao kini si Private First Class Ken Subere. Kamusta, Mayor, ang pag-release sa iya kagahapon June 13, 2015?
Alam mo, sa totoo lang, nag-lodge ako ng complaint. Pero kasi mo ko isampa itong reklamo ko. Kasi itong mga NPA, they're prone to, alam mo, pag madampot nila yung tao, sabihin mo kay Duterte, kunin siya. So, somebody, well, I don't know if he would enjoy it, but si Kenan Fuentes, retired, asawa ni Governor Daisy, at yung mga relatives ng sundalo pumunta dito, nakiusap na negotiate with the NPAs for the release of Ken Subere, yung sundalo. Sabi ko hindi ko teritoryo yan at saka ayaw ko kasi baka I might offend the local officials there. Well, I said, but the problem is yung pagdampot daw ng Subere, sabi raw na sabihin mo kay Duterte kunin niya ito. So, mga ganun, wala talaga akong choice. So, I opened the negotiations and culminated finally at this afternoon na lumipad ako doon sa Sarangani.
Ano siya kadugay nga
3 months also.
Okay. So, karon nakabalik na siya sa iyahang pamilya?
I delivered them to the military camp sa Panakan because I do not have the authority to give him to the family as yet. May protocol yung military. So you surrender him also to the military higher-ups.
Okay.
That is the protocol of handling POW.
Okay. Dilita, Mayor, adunay balita nga mga dagkong drug syndicates ang nagporma og koalisyon batok sa imuhang pagdagan pagka-presidente ug ginabalak nila nga buhaton ang tanan para dili ka makaabot diha sa Malacañang ug doon na sila tulo ka options sa ilahang operations. Number 1 is to eliminate you through assassination. Number 2 would be to opt for character assassination.
Still good.
Or an all-out black propaganda. Ug number 3, paggamit sa drug money sa pagkampanya para dili ka madaog sa eleksyon.
They're all good. You better do it. Because I promise na itambak ko sila dyan sa Manila Bay.
So imuhang
Fertilizer, para sa isda.
gipangandaman ang ilang koalisyon na tinatawag. Do you have an idea kinsa na sila?
Naturally, tama, I do not have to prepare. Simply trading overboard dyan sa dagat.
Nakaka-idea kinsa na sila, Mayor?
I don't know, but I said, you know, para sa akin, I said all is destiny in this world. But all you know, you might not become the president, so there's no use of killing you. Or if you become president, baka destiny mo talaga mamatay.
So naa ba sila kahadlukan?
So black propaganda,
Oo.
wala man ako maalaala na may sex, ako?
Sex scandal.
Sex scandal. Magawa pa ako, pero mamili pa ako na baga, ano tingin mo? Para makita rin nila mo.
Naa ba sila dapat kahadlukan, Mayor? Desidido na ba kamudagan? Kaya meron kami, will be conditioned upon you deciding to run for the presidency. But if you don't decide to run, then
As of
it
now,
will not come to pass.
I've told you, it is for the end time. Magsabi ako, ayaw ko, magagalit naman yung mga ibang tao dito. Kung gumastos na rin sila, kasi pagpaparinig na re-endorse ko sila. Gusto nyo magsabi sa'yo maggastos-gastos ko dyan.
Oh,
The only thing that they agreed really was to voice over that thing there yung sa motor. Because yung tao ko na gumastos niyan kasama ko doon sa studio, sabi niya, sabi ko ayaw ko, sabi, binalaan niya na ako doon without the knowledge that we are going to a studio somewhere in Makati. And I said, ayaw ko, sabi niya, may bago akong baril, ibigay ko sa'yo, basta pumayag ka. Sabi niya, ano? Sabi niya, Zizi na nakakroom. Totoo ka? So, no, sige, sabi ko, totohanan niya. So, sige, i-voiceover ko, sige, basahin ko. Abot sa ala, ito, sa mo baril. Binigay nga.
So, nandyan ang baril.
Wala, punta ka sa bahay niya, binigay ang baril. Okay ako.
So, yun yung infomercial mo na tapang at malasakit.
Bas ko yung nilagay na sila gawin malaria, okay lang. Masaya yung baril, bigay mo.
Okay, speaking of, Mayor,
Tapang, malasakit, malaria.
Oo. Speaking itong presidential race next year, Mayor, adunay reaksyon si Lacson sa potential or possible tandem ninyo. At ang sabi niya, baka umusok kami in an interview with the DZMM. So, what's your reaction to that?
Reaction pag-usok na yun, pero gawin na 911. Baka apoy na yan.
Kay sunog na.
Sunog na.
Oo.
Talaga, Lacson by himself is a class. Class yan siya. By himself. By class yan siya. And, well, he's also a good leader. Corruption, tapos yung law and order. Pareho kami ang linya ni Lacson. Pero ako sumusunod lang sa kanya. Siya ang nauuna. So, siya okay lang kung nagtatapusin ng presidente.
So, he can take the,
The lead.
the lead?
Pero hindi ako.
So, pwede Lacson the lead?
He is a class by himself. Meaning to say, he can run both carrying the issues of the day by himself alone.
Okay.
Hindi na ako kailangan dyan. Na ngayon, kung kasama kami, may usok, may sunog yan. Mahirap yan. Baka ako pa ang mapaso niyan. I said, wala naman kasi akong ambisyon talaga. If he has the ambition, go ahead. I said, he's a class by himself. He will carry the day for himself. Walang problema kay Lacson. And maybe he will win. Ako naman kung tanongin niyo ako, go ahead, consider him as presidential. Wala akong...
Has he approached you or broached the idea of you running with him?
Wala rin.
Wala pang
The few times that I saw him, was the one when I was even delivering a speech before the police, yung basketball tournament. He just arrived there and shook hands with me and left. But even greeting that is the character of Lacson. I know him because he's my friend. We used to work together during his time when I was the PNP. There are so many crimes that led to the door of Davao City. So he came here to, we had a good working relationship. Pero yung president in tandem, I said, alam mo naman ang sinasabi ko time and again. He's by himself, he is okay. So, siya na lang muna kasi ako. And I would even say, consider him for the presidency. And I vote for him would be good.
Okay.
Ako, naiwan ako dito sa ako na yung embers. So, there is a fire, there's a smoke, there are embers to... Ako na lang yung abok, okay na lang, paiwan lang ako.
Okay, dito tayo, Mayor, sa yung amendment to the economic provisions of the Constitution. Dahil gustong makuha ang imong reaksyon kung uyon ba kaani kay mga ni Aging Adlaw, hapit mapasa ang kaning on third reading unta ang kaning economic amendment to, or rather amendment to the economic provisions of the Constitution.
Sabi ko na nga, it's my stand, legal stand. That when you convene a body such as a constitutional convention or Congress converting itself to a constituted body, you cannot place conditionalities on what they can take up, what they can amend or modify or erase or change. Because it's a plenary one. You cannot place conditions there or limit the issues where they can begin their task and end there. That is not allowed. When it comes into being, by the bound of the devil, everything is open. You cannot, so wag hindi yan, hindi pinag-usapan. That is not a recognized mechanism for amending a constitution.
What they did, Mayor, was that just to add the phrase, unless otherwise provided by law. So all the restrictions stated in the economic provisions, doon na lang sila gidungag dito nga, unless otherwise provided by law, thereby giving Congress the power to remove certain restrictions.
There was certain restriction, that is it. It's really opening the Philippines for sale. The lands, maybe it's agriculture, maybe commercial, industrial. Ngayon, I'll ask you, how much would we stand to lose of our lands here? Agricultural, commercial, industrial, fine. You limit it to what? Agricultural. So if it's really for sale, deed of sale, how much of our agricultural lands shall we lose? China is a waste of money. Yung utang ng Amerika, it's 3 trillion or 2 trillion, whatever. Sabihin mo niya, Amerika, oy, Amerika, bayaran mo yung binili kong lupa sa Davao. Ubus yan. You know what 1 trillion can do to the Philippines? We will find our children in the days to come, billions their own country. Yung boulevard na yan, we convert it into commercial, urot na. And that's the price of being poor. Also, I bet America. America is a strong nation. Pagka pinagbili ng Amerika, tapos sabihin ng Amerika, umalis ka, bayaran kita, umalis ka. Because he has the leverage. America is a strong nation. He can sell one state there, the state of Iowa or what. But when the time comes, sabihin ng Amerika, we will reimburse you. And this is your only increase. Umalis kayo. Can we do that here? Do we have the leverage? Do we have the power? Alam mo, there's always a price to pay for being poor and for being weak. Do not tempt the gods. Do not tempt the gods. Ubos tayo dito.
Okay.
Pati yung mga residential, ubos yan. Puro Chinese characters. I mean, I don't have anything against the Chinese. I've told you before. My grandfather, Lam, was Chinese from Macau. Pero I have nothing against the Chinese, but certainly I have a stake there in the future of the country. Hindi mahirap magsabi na yung bala daw mga factories dito because they cannot own. Talaga itong mga ekonomista na wasted. Kita mo anong ginawa nila. It was just a question of labor. Mataas yung wages and kung nag-relocate sila, nag-outsource sila sa product nila, saan sila pwede dito? To China. And China never bothered to sell them one can of silver. And who's accelerating the economy of China? It's very hard. Why? It's because of the Western world. Doon nag-lahat kasi ngayon, hindi na masyado. China is also getting its share of trouble there. It's now Vietnam, Thailand, and the Philippines.
Okay.
Kung hindi ito sila magsige strike, pati malugi yung mga negosyo, then we will have maybe a share of the market of labor.
Okay. Mga kapamilya, at tangi ang ban para itong mga hisgotanan sa pagbalik sa atong programang Gikan sa Masa para sa Masa. Tumura ang ato ang halamdong Senador Bongbong Marcos. Maayong buntag, Senator.
Welcome to the show,
Thank you very much for having me. Maraming salamat at
I'll ask you for the first question, what brought to the shores of Davao?
well, meron na ako speaking engagement and we have with the mining engineers, we saw them this morning at saka I held some meetings with some of the businessmen. Tuloy-tuloy ang konsultasyon tungkol sa mga iba't ibang batas. So that's what this legislative work.
Davao City welcomes you.
Thank you very much.
Geraldine?
Sir, we want to ask you, what is your position or what's your take on federalism?
Federalism, I think, as a political theory, I think it is a very good one. Dahil una-una, ang sinasabi, pagka yung federalism, kinakalat mo ang power center. Ibig sabihin, maraming power center sa bawat state o probinsya or region or whatever you want to call it. At kahit magka-problema sa isang lugar, hindi ibig sabihin babagsak lahat. Magkakaproblema sa lahat. Nga, pagka the power is centered in Manila, kagaya na ngayon, pagka may problema sa Manila, yung buong bansa apektado. And besides that, may recognition na ang bawat lugar ay iba. These are all individual with their different needs, with their different concerns, with their different capabilities, assets, whatever. And so you have to treat each one differently. And the best people who can determine what is needed in a locality, in a community, yung mga tiga doon. And that's the basic theory behind that federalism. That's why I think it will be a good discussion. And I think it's about time we return to that because nagsimula na tayo eh. Yung interim batasang pambansa was regional ang representation. Pero hindi natuloy yun, so it's time, I think, to revisit the concept at kumutignan natin kung babagay kung babagay para sa Pilipinas.
Kanina po, Senador, napag-usapan po namin about constitutional amendment. If ever there will be a chance na amendahan or baguhin ang ating konstitusyon, will you support the change of our form of government to federalism?
Oh yes, certainly. I think we really have to first of all, in terms of in the constitutional amendments, I think they're necessary. There are many things that need to be again re-examined. Only not because the concept was wrong, but because the passage of time has changed things and the situation has changed. So we have to adjust accordingly. But I was listening earlier. I share the fear of the mayor that we do not know what will be taken up. Once the Constituent Assembly is called to order, any member of that Constituent Assembly can stand up and speak about any subject. So if they open a subject, wala ka na magagawa. Basta it is already in session. So it's a question that really has to, if we can find safeguards, sabihin natin, meron tayo mahanap na paraan na pag-uusapan lang talaga ay economic provisions. Kung mas maganda yun. But still, we don't have that yet. Kasi kung maalala ninyo, yung batas para mag-amyenda ng walang enabling law, tinatawag. The Constituent Assembly is the body that will change that, but there is no enabling law. There is no, and therefore there's no rules pa. Wala pa tayong rules kung paano gagawin. At ang pinagdebatihan ng matagal, nung panahon ni GMA, is kung boboto ng sabay ang House at saka yung Senado. Siyempre, yung Senado gustong hiwalay. Oo. Pero yung iba sinasabi dapat sabay-sabay. So, that has to be figured out also.
Okay. So, sa pagkakataon pong ito, marami na pong mga usapin hinggil sa pagbabago o pag-amenda ng Constitution. But so far, none has succeeded. Do you think the next president should give focus, or if there is a need to amend the Constitution, that should be one of the priorities of the next president?
Whatever it is, if the next president will do that, he has to do it, he or she has to do it very early on. We start the process in the first year.
Not on the last.
Not on the last.
Kasi mapagkakamala na ng mga term
And
extension.
that will, at least to an extent, to a degree, may yung suspicious ng tao na ginawa ng lahat ito para mag-extend. At least mababawasan. So that is a possibility.
Do you agree, Mayor?
Yes, I said the next president, by the way, must embrace federalism with passion. Otherwise, it cannot take off. So, ang problema niyan is not really for him to like or dislike unitary or federal, but whether he can hack it and call even on the first month of his presidency, call for a constitutional convention. Because that body created by law or by proclamation will be representative of the people because we elect the delegates who will start to amend the Constitution.
So it's not
Yes,
Congress
sir.
who will do the amendment?
Nandiyan na kasi yung Congress, nandiyan na yan. And I said, many of us do not really due respect to the Senate or trust the people there. Yeah, the one thing that really fearing is that there might also be extension again of terms.
And also para
Which is
na rin,
taboo to almost everybody.
Everybody.
and also para na rin sa inyo, Senator, not to be distracted from your work as legislators, no, to do the amendment. It's better to give it to a different
I
independent
agree.
one.
There are three methods. Tatlo ang sinasabi by the voting population manifesting, making a manifesto, and
Through
the
initiative.
signatures. Then there is the Constituent Assembly, which is the houses of Congress, and then there is a Constitutional Convention. The Constitutional Convention is probably the most representative because elected ang CONCON delegates. And so, at least, pwedeng mangampanya, pwede lang sabihin kung ano yung plano nilang gawin pag sila nakaupo bilang delegado sa Constitutional Convention, maliwanag sa tao kung ano yung binoboto nila.
Okay.
Maliwanag kung ano what to expect from their delegate.
Okay. So, Senator, siguro curious din ang ibang mga nakikinig at nanonood sa atin ngayon. Ano ba ang inyong mga political plans for 2016?
Wala, sumusunod lang ako kay Mayor Duterte. He is my mentor when it comes to politics. At siya ako'y tigahanga ng
Hindi ko tuloy malaman dito kung ako ang presidente o siya tapos ako well, that is
we will leave it to the commentators to speculate. But,
Okay ba ang tandem kung kayong dalawa?
well, alam mo, it's to be president is a matter of destiny. I'm the vice president. Alam mo bakit?
Bakit?
Isa lang kasi yan Senator, masabi mo pa by perk of fate. This is a quirk, it's an idiom by accident, perk of fate. But itong presidency, one-on-one kaya. So whoever reaches that throne there must be the chosen one of God.
So if ever it's possible na the two of you can make it happen.
Vice President o siya lang, tapos it could be Ping, it could be maraming
pang nalilitaw dyan. Maaga pa. Maaga pa. Unusual itong political cycle natin ngayon dahil usually by this time maliwanag na kung sino yung mga malakas, kanino mga partido ang nakaalyado. So ngayon, wala So it's very hard.
very fluid ang sitwasyon.
Meron din ang assessment ko. Very fluid. So
But you're very much open to the possibility of running for higher positions in 2016.
I always follow my father's advice. His advice is very simple. Keep your options open.
Ayun.
So that's what I'm doing.
So, posible nga.
Well, it is politics. In politics, never say never. I think the mayor will agree with me.
My father forgot to give me the advice, so I'll just adapt the advice.
It's good advice, Mayor. It has served me well.
Okay, so we're running out of time. Can we have your parting words?
Yes, I give it to-
Yeah, from
Thank you very much for this opportunity. At I'm very happy to have been given the chance to be part of this discussion. At marami pa na siguro tayong pag-uusapan. And I'm glad that these national issues were some that we were able to ventilate today. It is very interesting always for me, having come from local government myself, to hear a local executive and what their opinions are on national issues. And again, as always, today I learned very many things from our good mayor.
Thank you so much, Mr. Senator, for being part of our show today. And hopefully this is not the last.
Thank you.
Okay, Mayor, ating shot natin.
We go now to the greetings of the day.
Greetings.
Belated happy birthday to Dr. Anthony Tesoro. Doktor ko rin siya. Kaya ako nawala ng busil, kukonsulta ako sa kanya. Advance happy birthday to Kapitan Jovito Salazar of Bangoy. Is that the word? Kapitan Raul Bicong of Tigatu. Kapitan Tatang Kampuan sa Salapawan, sa faraway place. Kapitan Antonio Samuel sa Binugaw. Kagawad Bebe, Obrero, Morapilia, Barangay, Nagugpo, Tagum City. Happy birthday to Bongo!
Today, he's celebrating his birthday. Happy birthday!
Bongo, pagkain ka mo.
Ayan.
Hindi nagsasalita, ayaw mag-vlog.
Dagang salamat kay Alex Monton for my hair and makeup, Lizelle de la Cruz of Hair to Dye for Salon and Barber Shop, Dr. Sarah Lada of the Tooth Clinic, Metro Lifestyle Fitness Center, Bloom Facial Spa, Mags for Styling Me Today, Ideal Vision Center, ug para sa atong lami ang pamahaw karong buntaga, daghang salamat sa Marina Tuna for grooming the mayor and also the Senator Bongbong Marcos. Daghang salamat kay Otto Mercado. Mga kapamilya na humanusad ang atong episode karong adlaw, hangtod sa sunod natong panag-uban-uban, daghang salamat ug maayong buntag kaninang tanan.